Hi guys, so today I wanted to talk to you about expansion. Very often, I'll talk about business, I'll talk about the work involved, I'll talk about really establishing the proper departments and sections, etc. in a business. And a lot of people will be like, oh God, the last thing I want to do is hire another, whoever, fill in the blank, the person that caused you a nightmare or difficulties or problems. In that case, in that scenario, sure, that was the experience, but hopefully you got rid of that person or train them to proficiency. But the reality is that that's talking about the right person in the right place on the bus. You have the conductor, the driver, the passenger, in a train system, an engineer, a conductor, a ticket taker. You've got to have the right person in the position that can do the job. And I always advocate working with people, hiring people for specific jobs, bringing people out to an event where they're going to work for a day. And you get to see, when you train them on the duties and the responsibilities, do they perform? Do they do them? I've already set up somebody who I want to work with. Great person, fantastic. She's really helpful in the environment that I'm familiar with her in. But I've already set up, look, I'm going to bring out a few people to do this specific job. Are you interested? Yes, she is. So I want to see how she performs under my direct supervision. And then all things considered, if all goes well, then, there'll be more jobs, other jobs and things to do. So that's the first thing, is you want to make sure the people that you're working with are proficient. Also, there's this notion that you're spending money, that's your money that you're spending, and sure, it's your business, you build it, the money coming in, the revenue coming in wouldn't be coming in without you, and very often you're delivering, but we're working towards being the true entrepreneur, right? Somebody who has established a business in all departments, has a team that are competent and able to do the job alone, so that you can go do the things you love, you can focus on just the parts that you enjoy, but also you can have the vision and you can go to the Caribbean or go for a Sunday drive instead of having to come in on Sundays to do extra work that needs to be done because somebody else has got it covered. And in order to do that, you have got to put people in place. And with one person at the top making all the decisions and getting most of the money, you're limited by that person's decisions, that person's ability to make decisions. Too often organizations have a bottleneck where things can't happen until the approvals are made, and there's only so much time in the day, right, for those things to happen. And so organizations stay small because the person on top hasn't empowered the people below him, brought them up to a higher level of responsibility, given them autonomy to a degree. Obviously there's oversight, obviously you're doing analytics and making sure that there's performance, but doing that so that there are many more heads making a decision. If you've got a second head, third, fourth, it's not just splitting by 2 or 3, it's exponential. These people rise up, these people share ideas in meetings, and the solutions that are arrived at collectively as a team with strong, capable individuals that are competent in their position are far greater, have a far greater impact on the organization than just one person alone. I was listening to somebody I greatly admire, Simon Sinek. He was talking about how he had that problem where he always had to be right, he always had to be the one that knew, and it caused all kinds of difficulties in terms of expansion. And in those around him who had solutions, they couldn't offer them, they couldn't give them because they assumed he knew and he was right and he was on top of it. So when you open up to those other people, when you empower them, you then have the ability to accomplish a great deal more and make so much more money. If that's your goal, if that's part of your goal, and obviously it's part of an organizational goal, it's part of what you invest in your expansion, invest in some of the projects you want to do outside of work, your charitable organizations, your church, these sorts of things. So this is all designed to address the way in which you are going to be able to really expand and grow your organization. That's putting people in positions where they can be competent and are competent, or getting rid of them, or not hiring them in the first place to a permanent position, and then empowering those individuals, ensuring that the area is clear, clean, crisp, everyone knows what's expected, and when you introduce new plans, new strategies, the whole organization is prepared for them, and there's enough material, enough staff to take on that load, take on that burden. And then ensuring that in the future you've got an environment of sharing, sharing know-how, wisdom, principles, organizational principles. Like, this is a PR action. This is ensuring a human HR trains and corrects the organization. Quality control is in there, fixing the machine, fixing the people, and ensuring that they're top notch. And ready to perform at the level that's been expected of them. So I hope that helps you. A lot of information there to digest. Comments below. Shoot me your emails. Want those questions. Want to hear what you have to say. I want to make sure I'm always addressing your needs, your concerns, your questions and considerations. So for the time being, goodbye, and I will see you next time. Let me press this button right here. This is an area where I need crew. I've got a friend coming over, but a couple of friends actually today, but I wanted to get this off and shoot this to you. It's still early in the morning, but yeah, till next time, guys. Wish you all the best. Take care.